Willikers got, man. They got us surrounded.
Would you like to play a game of chess?
Yo, you gooch in the manooch?
I play very well.
She's looking for a sponsor like Nike or Converse. She ran into a monster like Scarface and Nino. I'm James with the bong. For the money, I'm Al Pacino. I know I'm living wrong, but I'm cashing out like casino. I'm Michael Jackson, you Tito. Got your bitch stroking my ego. Hit it like a free throw. What I'm smoking on is lethal. No, this money don't make itself. I gotta make this money. Yes, I'm looking to the sky. Got my feet to the ground. I am rolling up a pound. Smoking now. Yes, there's money on my mind. Tell these rats don't make a sound. If you squeal, it's going down. Automatic rounds when we come to paint the town. Yeah, I know these niggas jealous. I can feel it that they envy, but I pray for they soul. Cause we all don't grow old. Yes, you reap
Let
what
it
you
ride.
sow. Got my eye on the go. Put these bitches on hold. Getting money to go. Members only jacket got me feeling so proud.
Welcome
I am
back,
on my toes. And if you know what I know, it's money over.
Welcome back.
Rock your body. This is the Wookiesburg podcast. Number
Coming
one
at you live.
podcast in
Not
the
really.
universe. It's your boy, Matty Spliffman.
All right, so it's your boy Lolo Boss, aka Yesterday's Future, and we're here with the Wookiesburg podcast officially, episode 6. And first and foremost, real quick, let's all just check and make sure we're following all the socials, right? And that's going to be at Wookiesburg on all your good social platforms there. Twitter, Instagram, and Discord.
Meow.
And of course, Anchor.fm, and that's where you get the audio version of our podcast, which also is found on Apple Podcasts
Yes,
and
yes.
Spotify.
I think stay tuned here. I believe we have an audio only tonight.
We do have an audio-only version, and if you haven't been tuning into the audio-only versions, it's the only place where you can hear the fantasy gods themselves.
Yes, that is true. We do summon them.
The fantasy gods is summoned during the audio-only portion of the podcast.
You know, you have to be a very, very skilled and experienced fantasy player in order to even summon them. So that's why you get the advantage when you're dealing with the Wooks.
Yeah, and it's always a touchy subject. Like if aliens came or something, like how do you know who gets to ask them like the first question or the only question ever? Well, we got the chance to ask the fantasy gods the question somehow,
Exactly.
we do our best to try to get some info out of them. You know.
Yep. And that is, that's thanks to our boy Han Lolo over here who hooked us up with the route to the fantasy god.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a shaman in some ways, so I, was able to get in contact with them, and they agreed to come on like as a weekly segment on the audio only.
Yep. Exactly.
Pro bono, no charge. So that's crazy. It's our Adam Schefter, really.
Exactly. Don't forget Anchor.fm/Wookiesburg to support the podcast for some exclusive bonuses. So we're watching you over there. So
what are you smoking on this week, by the way? I see you lighting that shit.
What
is that? That looks like a slug, by the way. I have to say.
This is that sluggo, boy.
A tree slug. That's that. What's the difference between a Zippo and a sluggo?
I don't know.
One's lit, one gets lit.
So this right here is gonna be that good old Wookie cheese. I think we smoked on this before, but for those of you who don't know, that is not the first time that this has happened. It's not a podcast if Lolo ain't dropping the spleezy. And we got that. For those of you who didn't know, though, the Wookiees cheese is a cross between that Manchego cheese and our world famous Wookiesburg Kush.
That sounds interesting.
Very, very. The shit
smells pretty good.
Yeah, it gives you that distinct little ba-bam.
Ooh. This always tastes better after it's been on the ground for a second or two. Something about it.
That used to be my daughter's favorite food.
What?
Anything that touched the ground.
Okay. Funny you mention it. I'm smoking on that Virginia Thick.
Ooh, all right. Virginia Thick.
Yeah.
Because you like them thick?
Exactly. I like my spliffs like I like my women.
So wait, so Slims and Thicks both come from Virginia?
Um, I guess there's slims and thicks everywhere, really.
Hey, touche, touche.
Some places more than others.
Exactly. We got a Slim and a Thick right here on this podcast.
We sure do.
And we ain't talking about the host.
Oh no.
You got any bold predictions for us this week?
I do have a bold prediction.
So, you
for
know what?
us this week.
I'll give mine first because you're on a hot streak. I think Last week I did pick the Broncos to beat the Chargers, and
Yeah.
it looked like it was on its way. This guy came out, he threw like 10 for 10 in the first quarter and shit, and was just on fire. Then he did not. Saint Jerogi had a funny statement. He told Chris, Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson is what people think Tua is. Like the way Russell Wilson's playing.
Oh, in a bad way. I see
Yeah,
what
exactly,
you're saying.
exactly.
I see what you're
like
saying.
the way
Yeah,
Russell
yeah.
Wilson's just trash as fuck right now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, that's funny as fuck because it was pretty accurate. By the time you're watching this, and you may not consider it an upset, but when it opened, it was a 4-point. The Broncos were a 4-point favorite, so we do have the Jets to beat the Broncos this week.
Nice.
Because we're gonna piggyback off them last week of giving me my fucking loss. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Jets.
Logical next step.
Hey Jets country. Let's
ride. And I'm hoping to keep my streak going here. We're starting off very strong for the season. We've been 100% right so far.
Actually, we're gonna cut that. That shit'll get clipped and held against me for the rest of my life. Me saying Jets country, let's ride. Hey, Jets country, let's ride.
Let's ride.
That shit'll just get clipped and that's it. I'll never hear the end of it. All right. So you ready to continue your hot streak? And
I'm ready to continue my hot streak. Fingers crossed. I'm
Lolo.
going with the Panthers to beat the Bucks this week.
Ooh, okay. All right. It's funny. I almost picked that, but then I just was like, nah, Tom Brady's gonna go on a rampage. So
yeah,
but I can get jiggy. I can get behind it.
But hey, that's why it's gonna be an upset.
We do have that boy Sam Darnold coming through playing this week.
Damn, is he playing this week?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a good thing. That's the best quarterback they're gonna have so far this year.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Do you know how much money he's making this year?
Probably like $7 million.
A little close, but it would be $18 million.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Yeah, he's on the last year of his rookie
Yikes.
contract, or like that big contract,
Right.
But
He's
yeah,
about to get less than that?
I don't know. Oh, you mean after?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just crazy when I heard that.
Enjoy it while it lasts, buddy.
I was like, yo, this guy's getting $18 million. Yeah, the Panthers alone. The Panthers have paying a coach to leave because he was guaranteed that coach was guaranteed $40 million.
Oh, wow.
And they fired him after 1 year. And then now this guy is getting paid $18 million, and he's finally playing in his first game this year.
Yeah. Nuts.
But he's gonna prove that he deserves that $18 million.
I hope so, man.
And
Good
just
luck to Sam Darnold this
feed
week.
the
Let's
ball.
go, buddy. Hey, Sam Darnold,
Let's
ride.
All right.
That brings us to
One fantasy stud that can bust.
There.
And last week, most of you would not call it a bust, but hey, Josh Allen did have his second worst game all year, so it was what I.
It's
what
worth
I,
noting.
It's what
That's
I
worth
asked
noting.
for. I didn't. It's what you can. It was somebody that's that a fantasy stud with that big of a cock. It's hard to really actually bust that hard. So.
He's got a big one?
I mean, do you see what he does on the field?
Yeah.
It's almost as big as Tua's, but
You think he needs a wheelbarrow too? He's got some.
yeah, probably. But this week we're gonna go with Joe Burrow. 'Cause I
Joe
think the
Burrow.
Falcons are gonna go off this week.
All right, that's a good pick. I fuck with that. I'm behind you on that one. My pick this week for a fantasy stud that can bust is gonna be Patrick Mahomes versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh, I can get jiggy with that pick.
Yep. And I just feel like It's one of those weeks. It's gonna be one of those weeks for
Alright,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
I can get behind your pick.
Ooh, I love having you behind me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm behind you on that bust.
Yeah. I'm glad we're both busting together.
We always bust together, baby.
Yeah.
One slapdick that can get hard. And this one's easy because last week this guy Michael Carter did not get hard at all. This guy's trying over here. He's trying.
I remember what it was you said last week.
Oh, that you were trying to find out before? What was it?
Don't make me say it. I'm gonna lose it if I say it. I'm losing it. I can't say it.
Oh, that's the greatest. All right.
Yeah.
Just don't forget to
Oh,
remind us
God.
after. All right, and we got this week. It's gonna be very very simple for you guys to follow. He's not usually a slapdick, but he's been slapdicking around right now, and that's gonna be my guy Brandon Cooks. And this guy is gonna finally,
Cooks, wow.
he's gonna finally get hard and explode all over the place.
Wow. I would love to see that. Really. Do they have any primetime games coming up soon? I'm trying to see that.
I mean, he does play in the Texans, so
Probably not.
probably not. I mean,
Hopefully
it would be better than the
On
Broncos.
Thursday at some point. That brings us to our favorite segment of the week. That's going to be Lolo's Spanish Word of the Week.
Ooh, and I remember, when the girl gives cabeza, she tickles the cojones.
Okay, I mean, that's a possibility. Sí, eso.
Yeah.
Puede ser,
And then
puede
fingers
ser.
the culo.
Si tú quieres. Si tú quieres, yeah, I mean, okay, so, ¿cuántos dedos en el culo te gusta? Un dedo, dos dedos, tres dedos.
Dedos? These are dedos?
Dedos.
Always uno dedos.
Solo un dedo.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. No el grande dedo.
No.
No. Maybe like chiquito dedo?
Yeah, she has a
Yeah.
tiny butthole, so.
Okay.
It's one finger in her butt. You thought it was in my butt? You guys are
yeah, that's
fucking
what
crazy.
That's what I was assuming.
No,
I'm
she's
sorry.
tickling my balls, sucking the wiener, and then with one finger in her butt.
In her own butt.
In her own
Oh,
butt.
okay,
Yeah,
that
God,
doesn't-
oh my God, you guys get out of here.
Well, the other butt was closer. That's why I assumed it was that one.
yeah, but no, that's not the proper way to do it. So
Right.
you heard it here
I mean,
first.
and I went along with it too because I assumed that would feel good. Really, not that I've ever had it done to me, but I would assume that would feel good.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sure
I mean,
it does.
So I wouldn't blame you, really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm game. I'm fucking thug dog.
Is that what comes as like part of the territory for being like as being thug dog?
Yeah.
Shit like that. I feel you, bro. I
You're
respect
a dog.
that. I respect your
When
dog.
you're a dog,
you
you're a
got that
fucking
dog,
dog.
in you. Got that dog
Yeah,
in you.
you
So
know,
what's a
it's-
couple of fingers when you already
Yeah,
got
we
that dog in you?
dog in you, boy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's bring us into this week's
I
Spanish
forgot we were
word.
doing that. All right, so
You got something good for us?
this week's Spanish word of the week.
Keeping
I
it
like
with the-
I like keeping it current, you know. So it's always fun for it to be current, and so there's been a lot of talk recently about a certain quarterback who might or might not play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and his marriage or his his family status at home with a certain spouse who's also very famous as well. And there's just been a lot of talk about that, a lot of controversy about that. I don't know or give a fuck about that, really, to be honest with you.
True. I don't
But-
either. That man's gonna play ball.
Yeah, but like I think like I've said on this podcast, like we've said on this podcast, this guy has a history of turning up his level of play when when being highly scrutinized at
that's true.
times.
And people like giving him shit for it's like, man, it's like the guy met he met football at the age of probably 5 or under.
Yeah,
So that's his life.
yeah.
And
Grew up watching Joe Montana. And
yeah,
them,
and
so,
he's
yeah.
not gonna be able to do it forever.
That's his shit.
He's not gonna be able to do it forever.
Yeah.
So you let him enjoy it while he can.
Yeah.
And eventually he's done and he has all the family time in the
Amen.
world.
Amen. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it's history. It's greatness
Exactly.
we're witnessing. So anyway, this brings us to Lolo's Spanish word of the week. The Spanish word of the week this week is going to be marriage. A
Ooh,
marriage.
That's a good one. That's
And
a good
that is
one.
going to be. Do you want to take a guess at it, or do you just want me to say it? Like, because I'll let
I
you take a
usually
guess
do
at it.
very bad at these guesses.
Of course. Yeah. I don't expect anything less or more. Marriage.
Mercado.
All right. Well, no. Mercado is a store.
Supermarket, yeah.
Supermarket or a store of some sort, yes. Yeah.
I remembered after I said it.
Well, okay, anyway, so marriage is going to be matrimonio.
Ooh.
Matrimonio.
Matrimonio.
Yeah. So, now that you know the word, can you use it in a sentence for us? Can you use your knowledge of Spanish and context clues? Because, like we've established on this show, white people know Spanish, especially in South Florida. I don't care how white you are, you know Spanish somehow, and you're no exception. I know this. So, can you formulate a sentence with matrimonio?
Sure. All right, I got this.
I love seeing you just, the gears just
Yeah.
grinding.
This is easy.
Here we go. Oh, baby. Vamos. Vamos, Matt.
Yes.
Dale.
Mm,
Dale.
Mi es donde Fiji matrimonio. I put so much thought into it, I forgot how to say the actual word. Matrimonio.
¿Y dónde es Fiji? Matrimonio?
Yeah.
You want to get married in Fiji?
Yeah, we're gonna have a destination wedding.
In Fiji. Okay, all right. Man. So
Bro,
that's a different word.
we
because
have to start
a wedding and a marriage are two different things.
Oh, that's true, huh?
So that is pretty funny, really. But I feel like you could get away with that. If you were in a foreign country, you just ask somebody something. I feel like you could get away with that. They would probably try to help you out there. They know what you're saying. Yeah, very good. Yo no tengo matrimonio. Hey, no quiero matrimonio. Matrimonio no very good for me. No very good. And there you have it, folks. That's Lolo's Spanish word of the week.
That was a good one.
You've made progress, really. You're singing words that I haven't even thought of yet, man. Like, I've underestimated you.
I mean, I try sometimes.
You've done your homework in the off season.
Sometimes I do my homework. I'm still
Like when researching pickleball courts.
Yes. I'm still a macrastinator, so you know.
Mm-hmm. What is a macrastinator for those of us that don't know, the listeners out there?
That's just somebody who procrastinates that is named Matt.
Okay.
Ooh, we got something new and hot for you. Speaking of hot, we got a little bit of hot and spicy hot takes for your asses over here.
And what is that?
And I'll start it off, you know. People have been riding my guy, talking shit about my boy C Mac. And I'm going to say it right here, right now. He's going to finish the number one running back on this season.
That's a hot take if I ever heard one. Say it again for them in the back. Say it again.
C Mac is going to be number one running back on the season.
Okay.
Oh, shit. That take burned me,
Whew.
boy. Yeah.
I'll do you one better, buddy. How about this? My hot take right now is that Bailey Zappi will be the Patriots' opening day starting quarterback next season.
Oh, that is a fucking hot and
Calling it.
Oh, shit, boy. Everything's hot over here because of that take.
That boy Mac ain't getting his job back.
So there is going to be no return of the Mac.
Maybe one day, you never know, but yeah, that's going to be put on hold.
Yeah, for now
The
we should just
return
keep.
is not
right now
happening.
we should just keep zap.
Keep zapping away.
Hell yeah, that's fucking. I like it. I can I can dig for
A
your
Buzz
sake. I
Lightyear
hope
over
that
here.
is the case. So, and then I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more to really make things hot over
Spice
here.
it up.
Tyreek Hill is going to break the single season yardage record for yards because he finally has an accurate quarterback.
Oh, who, Tua?
Yep.
Okay.
Because he's never played with an accurate quarterback before. That's another hot take if you want it. Boom. Mic drop.
You're hot tonight, baby. You're making me hot.
That shit's
Smoking.
woo.
Speaking of smoking, hey, while you're lighting that, let me just run something by you, alright? How we feel about this. Ready? What's the difference between a swamp and a marsh?
A swamp and a marsh.
Yes.
A swamp has land still inside of it. A marsh is just like water and muck. That would be my initial first thought if I had to.
I think you're right. And we're going to find out right now since we cannot rely on our producers. They've left for the night.
Yeah, our producers suck.
They suck chode.
Our producers are not.
Maybe our producers know the answer to this question. I was asking Matthew here, what's the difference between a swamp and a marsh? His original point was that a swamp has land in it somehow, but where a marsh is only wetland, like no solid ground. The water levels. Okay, well, let's find out. We're hoping you would know. To define both briefly, a marsh is a wetland composed mainly of grasses and reeds found near the fringes of lakes and streams. I happen to camp next to a marsh in Alaska, next to a lake. So I happen to know this very well. A swamp is a wetland composed of trees and shrubs found along large rivers and lake shores. So you were right. There is a component of land on
Damn,
there.
see,
Yeah.
I like that. That is awesome. That was a good one.
Swamps are maybe a version of a forested marsh.
Yeah, there you
maybe.
go. That's
Yeah.
just what I just was like.
Born on the bayou. The bayou's got the trees, the moss hanging off the trees.
Yeah, I just was like, all I know is a swamp because
Yeah.
I'm from Florida, so
Swamp boy.
swamp boy.
Swamp dick.
Ooh, all right, I got a really good one for you this week.
Hit me.
What's the difference between a robbery, a theft, and a burglary?
Okay. Robbery, theft, burglary. Okay, I know off rip that burglary is you have to break into somebody's either house or car. Like so
you
like a
have to, like,
B&E, a
break
break
into
and entering,
something.
so that's like trespassing, I guess,
Yeah,
and
so, like,
taking something. Or maybe just trespassing in general.
Yeah, right.
Could
'cause
be
it-
burglary as long as you move someone's shit around and possibly take something.
Yeah, so burglary would have to be
You're crossing a threshold of some sort, I would assume. What's the other? Robbery?
and theft.
Robbery and theft.
Ooh,
Robbery.
burglary. The person probably has to. No, the person doesn't have to be.
So I think theft, you're just taking a thing from somewhere that belongs to someone else, right? Whereas like a robbery, would you say maybe you're taking it from somebody, from their person,
From a person.
like a
Yes.
pickpocket or like you're ripping it out of their hand or you're like pushing them down
Yeah.
and taking something from them physically.
Yes, and then a robbery is just.
Like a stick up is a robbery, right? Like hands up, that's a robbery.
Yeah.
But theft is maybe like someone leaves something somewhere and you take it, you steal it. That's
still
theft.
stealing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. So theft, you just simply take something. Burglary is.
I'm no lawyer, so I don't know, but that's my guess.
Right, and burglary would
You help
be
me out a little bit there.
from an actual. There has to be a person involved. Or no, would robbery be? So
Robbery is from a person.
How about So somebody takes my wallet from my pocket. What is that?
I would assume that's robbery.
All right. And then burglary would be from like a home or a business.
Correct.
What about armed robbery? Oh, that's like, yo, give me your shit.
Yeah.
Give me your shit, motherfucker.
Right. So
Yeah,
if that's
I
armed
think that's
robbery,
it,
then just
yeah.
give me your shit. Is just like regular robbery.
Yeah, so I like it. I think
Yeah.
we just fucking figured this out.
Right.
We figured that one out. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Instumpable. Burglary involves
Yeah,
illegally entering
so-
a property.
so we're
Robbery involves force, and theft
Or
is
persuasion, just like we said, like,
theft
hey,
or
give me that
persuasion.
shit.
Yes,
So
give
we
me
were
that.
basically spot on.
Give me that. Shit.
We were basically spot on.
Put your chest and give me that shit.
We were basically spot on that
Yeah.
one. Give me some, baby.
Hey.
Boom.
Have you
goes
ever
the
thefted
dynamite.
something?
Of course.
Yeah. Me too, a couple times.
Of course.
Technically, when we were in the supermarket, and I don't know about you, but as a kid growing up in Boston, the supermarkets I used to go to where like they had like the candy section where it was just like a little box, mailbox looking thing where you could just like pick out the candies. You're supposed to like fill up a bag and go pay for it, and obviously you just take the candies. That's technically theft.
I know, and I don't think anybody on the face of the planet has not done that.
Yeah. Those caramel cubes, I don't know what they're called. Oh my god.
Just everything.
Whoa.
Everything.
That
I
should
do
give me
remember
pre-diabetes by age 6 or 7 probably,
Right.
bro. Off rip.
that. Yes,
Shit.
right?
They got my ass.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can we think of any more of those or not?
When I'll think of some, I'll let you
No
know for
worries.
sure.
Don't forget our giveaway is still active. Just simply tweet who is the greatest pickleball player in the world. Hashtag WookiesburgPod. Hashtag grab a giveaway. Hashtag pickleball. And then make sure to tag us and follow us. And you're entered. So
Yeah.
don't
Do
forget
it.
about it. Don't forget about it.
Do it.
Oh, we do have a. I know we
Breaking
have
news.
we have our game coming up. It's not going to be the same type of game, but yes, before that game comes, we do have breaking news.
Oh, what is that?
And that it is confirmed. Russell Wilson has more bedrooms in his home than he does touchdowns in the NFL this year.
Oh my god. We're 6 weeks in.
Yeah. So
How big is this dude's house?
I mean, he has 12 bedrooms.
What?
Yeah. But I just thought that was a crazy breaking news. And speaking of Russell Wilson, usually we have a maybe a guess that player, who's that player. This week we're going a little different, and we have it's gonna be a game called Geno Smith or Russell Wilson.
Okay.
All right, and simple. I'm gonna give you basically a simple passing accolade, and you tell me who it is.
All right. Sounds good. I'm excited.
So
Let's
who
go,
has more passing yards right now this season? Geno Smith or Russell Wilson?
I'll say Russell Wilson.
All right. Well, it is actually Geno Smith.
Oh my god.
With 1502
Ooh.
compared to 1442.
Okay.
All right. So
Not far off.
yeah, it's not a little bit, not that far, but next one is yards per attempt. Who has more, Geno or Russell Wilson?
Geno Smith.
Correct, and that is going to be 8 to 7.3.
Okay.
All right. Next one's going to be attempts.
Probably Geno Smith.
All right, this one's actually Russell is has 10 more attempts than him,
Okay.
188 to 198.
Okay.
All right, which leads to completions.
Gotta be Geno Smith.
Good, correct, which is 138 to 116.
All right. Not bad.
Which I'm sure you're a smart man doesn't make it hard for this next one, which is completion percentage.
That's going to be Geno Smithola.
Yes, and that's easy. That's
Good
actually
old Geno.
Yeah, that's actually league leading completion percentage. Geno
There's
Smith, by
a
the way.
pizza chain up in Boston called Papa Gino's.
That's amazing. I just know Papa Giorgio's.
Papa Giorgio, Mr. Papa Giorgio.
And yeah, so then we got next one is touchdowns. Geno Smith or Russell Wilson?
Well, you just mentioned to that earlier, so I'm gonna say Geno Smith.
Yes, 9 touchdowns to 5 touchdowns. And what about, Russell Wilson never throws interceptions. So do you think Geno has more?
I do think Geno has more interceptions.
And he does not. He only has 2 to Russell Wilson's 3.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and then the last
Still
one.
not a lot.
It's not. And the last one we have for you is that QB rating.
I'm going to go with Geno Smith on that one just because I think he's been putting it down.
That is true. He actually has, I believe, the 3rd highest rating in the NFL for
Wow,
qualified
yeah.
quarterbacks.
There you go.
Qualified. Your boy is almost qualified.
I'm qualified.
No, but Zappy. As soon as Zappy gets qualified, he'll be up there too.
All right.
Because he's
He might
actually
be leading it.
He may. Well, he'll probably be right around these guys. He'll be top 5 though. After if he plays the same way he's been playing in his next game, he'll definitely be top 5. But yeah, he's Geno's number 3, I believe, with 108.1 to Russell Wilson's 83.4.
Oh wow, crazy.
Yeah. And what's crazy is the Seahawks. Seahawks got 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds for this guy, and now this guy's making the bags.
Oof.
And they just got little old Geno out here slanging that dick.
Yeah.
So props to the Seahawks. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I'm sure you caught on to the gist of it after a while that,
Yeah.
Geno is killing it right now. Oh, producers are telling us time is clicking down. And that usually brings us to that good old
2-minute warning.
Do you remember who went first last time?
I believe you went first last time,
All right.
but I don't really remember.
It's all right. Well, I'm down to go first if you want to give it to me.
All right. 2-minute warning, Matt. You have 1 minute to tell me what you know about the Philippines.
Holy shit, the Philippines?
The Philippines. And I'm going to tell you the clock starts now.
All right. I know it's a myth that their vaginas are crooked because I once slept with a Filipino woman. And I do know that Filipino food is delicious. I can't tell you specifically which one would be actually from the Philippines. I do know that the Philippines are in Asia. And that's about as far as I will go on that. And it's an island, I do know that. So it's off the coast of China. So you can take a ferry there. I remember one time I had a buddy that took a ferry from China to the Philippines. And that's where he actually met his wife, who is Filipino. And her name, I don't remember her name. But yeah, I don't actually know that much about the Philippines.
Good, because that's time right there.
Thank Jesus. That was such a perfect one.
Worked out perfectly for you, buddy.
Yeah, hell yeah. And is it anywhere near China?
I have no idea. Let's find out.
Oh, good. I'm glad you
I
know.
have no idea.
Is it an island at least?
I believe so. A series of islands.
That's what I thought it was.
It is an island, and it is, technically off the coast of China. Yeah. It's off the coast of Hong Kong. It's closer to Indonesia. It's also off the coast of Vietnam-ish. But yeah, you're not wrong. All right. Good shit. For not knowing shit about it, you knew a decent amount.
That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm ready for mine. Hit me, baby.
All right, and yours is actually going to be poisonous lizards.
Poisonous lizards. Okay. Poisonous lizards. Listen, all I can tell you is that a Komodo dragon is a large lizard, and a Komodo dragon is one of the most deadliest poisonous animals who happens to be a lizard that you can encounter in the wild. Because what they do is they're so poisonous that they bite their prey, whether it's like a deer or like a baby buffalo or something. There's so much bacteria in their mouths that they just bite you, and then they just fucking leave for days. They just go chill for days because they know that when they come back in 2 or 3 days, you're gonna be fucking dead or half dead because that's how much bacteria they have in their mouths from eating dead, rotten flesh and shit. So that's pretty fucking poisonous for being a lizard. Um, some other lizards that there is that one lizard in the desert areas, I believe, that spits at you and that has a sort of poison
Don't worry,
to it.
baby, you are done.
Thank God.
And so, yeah, that was interesting. So, you did mention the bacteria.
Yeah,
So would that be poison?
it's poisonous because it poisons you and kills you.
Yeah, there's only actually two poisonous lizards in the world,
Okay.
and that's the Gila monster
Uh-huh.
and the beaded lizard.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the Komodo dragon is not poisonous. It just has a lot of bacteria. So that when it bites you, you knew all the shit. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, damn, I can't really roast him, but I can.
Yeah.
But it was like
It wasn't that much of a stretch.
No, it wasn't. It was like you
Yeah.
knew all the details
I
behind
tried
it,
to
exactly
bullshit my
like
way
you
around
said.
that one.
No, exactly like you said, like all the bacteria. That's why I was like, yo, I wanted to try to get something that would stump his ass. So I was, and yeah,
Gila monster. That's a
yeah.
Gila
There's only
monster.
actually two: the Gila and the beaded. I think it's either the beaded lizard or the beaded dragon or something.
Bearded dragon.
Nah, yeah, it's funny. It's not the bearded dragon. but it's like-
Bearded.
yeah. So I thought that was fun, just because it was something I knew, like was
That was a fun one.
just because I was like, yo, this is something that usually gets people.
That one was fun.
That was awesome. Like I said, you did know your shit about the Komodo dragon though. Everything was true. But like guys, that's why I was it's just not poisonous. Those things are I would I'd be more scared of a Komodo dragon than either two poisonous ones.
Oh my God.
I would
Yeah.
kill either of the two
I'd be more
poisonous
scared
ones.
of a Komodo dragon than a gator, really.
Yeah. I'm not scared of
A
gators
a
at
gator
all.
bites your leg, you can fuck. Alright, you can limp your way back to the car, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Komodo
not- a
dragon bites you,
literally
you
a
dead,
gator,
boy.
A gator doesn't scare me not one iota.
Yeah.
I'm more scared of shit.
Spider than a gator.
Yeah, probably. And I'm trying to get away from the fear of spiders.
Yeah.
Remember at the camp when I was we were watching the
Yeah.
fight, and I was like the bus. But remember that spider was fucking with me though.
It was trying to get on your foot a little
like
bit.
he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kept
yeah.
like coming
It
towards
just
me.
sensed your body heat, I
yeah,
think.
but that was it. He wasn't really gonna. He
Yeah.
wasn't gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's like the man wasn't like, yo, give me all your money.
Seen some gnarly spiders in the outhouses over in Alaska when I was camping and backpacking out there, and some gnarly spiders out there, man.
Big.
I just stopped looking up at a certain point. Like I just stopped looking around because I realized, oh, the more I look, the more I see. So I stopped looking after a while. Just fuck it.
That's it. Did you look in the toilet at least?
No.
What if something just latched onto the cherries,
Well, it's
bro?
just a hole in the ground anyway, so
It's more liable to get latched
I'm
on.
saying there's shit bad. I don't want to look in there.
That's
I
true.
do not want to look in there.
I feel like at that point I would just go anywhere else.
It'd be rough.
Yeah, don't forget watch all of our, new Let's Ride top 5s. We're dropping them like it's hot. Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg taught us a lesson, so
That's the fastest growing segment on YouTube. Let's ride top 5.
Let's Ride top 5,
Yeah.
baby. Follow us on all of our socials. Same thing everywhere. Wookiesburg.
Wookiesburg.
We are the Wookiesburg.
We are the Wookiesburg. You can also be part of the Wookiesburg. So
Yeah,
just join us,
simple.
subscribe to us on these channels, and you're part of the Berg.
And don't forget merch
We
merch
are
coming
the Berg.
soon.
We are the Berg.
Yeah, so we are the Berg.
That's gonna
We
be our
bring
merch.
you
Is
the
it?
Berg.
We are the Berg.
Yes, and you heard it here first.
You heard it. For the Berg, the word.
Yep. All right, and that's all we got for you today, folks. Cause
I like
the
it.
producer said we're going to Krispy Kreme.
Hey,
So hey, we
field
out,
trip, baby. Field trip. Shout out Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. Best donut in the world.
Might stop at Dunkin' Donuts on the way.